Hello guys, welcome to IT Inside 101. My name is Perino Garang. I'm your tutor in this Python course, and today we're going to take a look at if and else statements. So if statements are very important in programming language, especially Python condition and if statements. Python support the usual mathematics logical conditions from mathematics. So those conditions are like equal sign. So we know this equal, which we are very familiar with it. We know it also, it's called an assignment operator. So the same concepts here come in a programming language. So if we put equal sign like this one, which means this is a comparison operator, or we just simply mean that the value of the value of x is equal to the value of y, just like in mathematics. For example, just in normal math, if I say x is equal to 5, and or just let me just say in mathematics, just like if we assign a variable of x like this one, and when we want to compare like y, if we say if y equal to x, here we simply mean that if value of y is equal to the value of x, so it must be, so we exactly mean that the value of x of y is equal to the value of x. So in this case, you can guess it. The value of x, yes, y is 5, then the value of y must also be 5, because we mean here y is equal to x. So the same concepts and logic is also applied in programming language such as Python. And here I'm gonna there's so many operations, by the way. We know very well this sign also mean not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than, greater or equal to. So this thing all work in programming language. So let me start right away with the programming language of Python here, so we can demonstrate it live. So I'm going to have a variable x, and I'm going to assign a value of 10 to x. So here we know x all the value 10. And now I'm going to create another variable of y, and I'm going to give it another value like 5. So let me just say, let me say that I want to check if y, or I just want to implement something that if y is less than x, then only an operation should be executed in programming language. And that's what if and else statement would solve here. So I'm going to say if x is greater than y, then I want only a specific statement to appear on the screen. Remember always to put indentation. Indentation means that there's a block of codes. Every code that is coming under the indentations that will be intended under this block belong to that specific block. So here I'm gonna say print x, print that x is greater than y. So right now this is just a very basics if demonstrations. Right now, remember, I'm only focusing on if right now, so I'm going to print this statement. If you look here, x is greater than y is printed because x here is indeed greater than y, and that's why only this statement was executed. If you're wondering, this statement will always be executed because it's the only print statement we have on the screen. Let me just try to change this one here from 10, and I change it to 1. And now pay attention of what will happen. Nothing should be executed on the screen. Okay, let me just run it first. Now you see here, not that our code is actually successfully executed, but nothing is showing on the screen. The reason is because that we say if x is greater than y, only this one should be printed. But we also did not specify to Python programming language what should it do in case x is less than y. And this problem is solved by else statement. And so in this case, we also have to come and specify else y is greater than x. So right now it really makes sense. Even you can just think of it. Right now we say If x is greater than y, I only want this statement to be printed. But else x is not greater than y, then I want this statement to be printed. So here right now, if you see, only y is greater than x is printed because here y is indeed greater than x. And if I had this 10 back again and I print it, it should be x is greater than y. So that's the very, very simple code to demonstrate if and else statement. And I hope they are very, very clear to you because we are using two variables, and these two variables, a and b, or x and y, are used as part of if statement to test whether b is greater than x or y is greater than something of this kind. Also, you also need to pay attention on the indentations. Python relies on indentation. White space at the beginning of a line, here, like white space, this white space here, this one here, mean that this and indentations, and every code that has this a certain indentation belong to this block of code. So I hope if and else statement is very clear. And right now I'm gonna demonstrate something, or just let me check something out here with you. What if I make this x here to be 5? Which one should be printed? It's going to go with A. That it's actually going to go with B. Sometime it go with A because all these operations did not match because we are using greater sign here, but in fact they are all equal. And for Python to solve this problem, it has another statement or a predefined functions called elif x is equal to y, and thus these are all the logical condition we are talking about before, because this logical condition is called equal to. We are making sure that the value of x is equal to y. So right now I'm just gonna print here x is equal to y, and if I now here we have another variables, and if in case x is greater than y, then only this first statement will be executed. If x is equal to y, then second statement will be executed, or else with the third one will be executed here. And in our scenario here, x is equal to y, and which means the second statement should be executed, because here it really makes sense that a or x is equal to y. I hope you have learned something from this tutorial. Please, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and share it to reach more people. See you in the next tutorial.